just got home from work. Yeah, so I was fine. Changed my bonnet on. Today, for those of you guys who don't eat meat, we are making a vegan chopped cheese. Let me tell you what the ingredients we got. We got our beautiful Impossible meat, right? Impossible ground beef. Honestly, this or like the Gardein brand, I like. Those taste really, really good. My sexy, smexy honey wheat bread with the honey wheat, right? Honey wheat, potato, either or I'm okay with for the most part. Got our queso. Didn't buy vegan cheese today, but if you buy the gray bag of like Bio Life, that was that's some good cheese. I have my mushrooms here. I don't have a lot because I've been using it a lot. I really do like the mushrooms, so I have my mushrooms here. I'm gonna add an egg to it today and some mayonnaise. I also have onion because I'm not a big fan of peppers, and then some honey barbecue sauce. Okay, cool. So those are our ingredients. Let's get started. It's gonna be more of a vegetarian, I guess. Vegetarian chopped cheese today, only because I didn't go 100% vegan with all the ingredients. So let's get right into the video. I know the lighting over here is not the greatest, but the lighting in my house is not the greatest, to be honest. But first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take my cutting board and I'm gonna start cutting down my mushrooms and my onion. So we're gonna come back for that. Black like kitchen knives. This is one of my favorite knives. It's the Emojoy brand. Emojoy. All right, so I'm gonna start off with my onion because I know onion is usually the hardest one to cut. The onion getting cut. I don't need a lot of onions, so I'm just gonna cut it on the side. Now, I don't really care how y'all cut your onions, but I don't know if people cut it there. But I know like when you cut it in the center, that's typically when all the fumes are released. But I also heard that like if you ever like are cutting onions or whatever, the best way to get like the like non-cry thing out when it releases when you cut it is by refrigerating your onions right before you use it. So I cut my onions like this. Sorry, I'm watching like My Little Pony in the background, so y'all won't hear that. So you turn it like that and then cut down. I'm gonna try to make 2 sandwiches for myself because it's just me home. And I don't really need a lot of onion. Again, I don't, if you want to add peppers, you can. I'm just personally not a fan of peppers, but I don't mind like eating it, if that makes sense. All right, now my onions are done. See, very nice and quick. Don't have to worry about the cry factor. I'm gonna use my mushrooms, gonna pre-rinse them real quick. Okay, now my mushrooms are rinsed. We're gonna take out the middles first. That's what I normally do. I don't know if you're supposed to do it, that's what I do. Then I rinse it again to get the insides. And then I get the insides of this part and wash it really good. Okay, now that we're doing that, I'm going to cut down my mushroom. So I cut it in half, cut it in 4, and then same thing, same process as the onion. So cut like that, all you have to do is just not lift up the knife. I learned that when I was working in a restaurant. Alright. And I really like mushrooms, so I'm probably gonna use a lot and cut it real nice. I have a lot of pieces. So when it comes to this part of the mushroom, I just cut it down. I'm gonna leave one cut just like this because I kind of want some of them a little bit bigger. And then I'm gonna cut the other one down small like the rest of it. So same thing, just cut it down this way. And now what I'm gonna do is just cut it like that, cut it in 3. There we go. And I cut these ones down the middle. Well, not the middle, but cut them down. And bam, there is our mushrooms and our onions. I'm gonna show it to you guys. This is what my mushrooms and my onion looks like. Again, I have more mushrooms that are bigger just because I like to have a lot. So let's get started and get this on the stove. I'm excited. You're probably not going to see my face as much as we continue to do this, but what is going to happen is that I'm going to start off by sauteing my onions. I'm going to put my onions in first for a couple seconds and then add the mushrooms in, and then starting to add the meat. I'm going to show you the seasonings I do have, but again, you probably won't see my face right through this portion of the video. Also, in your kitchen, you should always have your first aid kit right nearby your stove, just in case if anything happens. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get started. So I'm going to turn on my stove to medium heat, and let's start adding in our oil. So I'm going to look for my spoon with holes. If you don't have a spoon with holes, spatula, that's fine as well. Doesn't really matter. Whatever you choose to use. So I'm adding in my onions. My onions are on the stove starting to cook. I'm going to start prepping my bread. Basically, what I'm going to do is just, take out my bread, put mayo on it. If you don't like mayo, then that's kudos to you. But I do not like dry bread. So I'm going to start putting out my mayo, and we're going to continue on with the video. Also, we do not like the ends of the bread, so we're going to take the inside part of the bread. Also, I was ready to clean up and cook as you go along. So as I'm going along, I'm literally putting things away that I'm done using, prepping everything and cleaning up and washing dishes, all that good stuff. So now, I'm just going to turn it over after I'm done in the meantime, because I know it's going to take a little minute for my meat to cook. So I'm just going to keep prepping my bread. Alright, so now my bread is all prepped. Alright, so now our onions are frying. I was about to say boiling, I'm so tired. I'm gonna start just letting them turn browning a little bit, and then I'm gonna start adding in my mushrooms. Just stirring my onions, and they're starting to brown. So I'm gonna show you guys that as well. So I'm recording my video off my iPad, so I apologize about the quality. My onions are starting to brown a little bit, so I'm just stirring them. Make sure everything's good. I'm just gonna let it sit there for a little bit. Now we're gonna add in our mushrooms. So just pour them right in. Now the cutting board goes into the sink. As again, we clean up as we go. I have my mushrooms included. I'm going to start mixing these together and waiting for the mushrooms to cook a little bit while I start opening my meat. I'm struggling to get my meat open for some reason. I guess I pre-package it even tighter than regular meat, but I got it open. I'm going to show you guys what my mushrooms look like, and I'm going to tell you about how much meat I'm going to put in. So out of my meat, I'm going to show you guys real quick. Out of my meat, I'm probably going to use between a quarter of the bag to a half of it. So just remember, I'm only making 2 just for myself. If I was making for the whole family, of course I would use the whole thing. So I'm going to show you my mushrooms, and I'm going to add in my meat and start showing you how I'm going to season it. My mushrooms and onions, you see that they're starting to get to where we like. They're getting crisp, they're cooking. So now I'm going to start adding in my meat. Now I'm adding in the meat. Again, I'm probably going to use about half. I'm going to show you guys how much I use it when I'm done. I'm poking at the very top. So So I'm probably gonna do a quarter, but I might use more. So let's see. Yeah, I probably will use more than a quarter. Probably use 2, like a half of the bag. So let me just play with this, push it, and kick it out the bag. Like just get out, kick it out. There we go. Just a little bit more. So I like my sandwiches full. I don't know about you guys, but I definitely like a very full sandwich. I don't like a lot of oil. I'm gonna add a touch of water because I usually add a touch of water when I'm cooking this type of meat because it is plant-based, and I feel like it just needs a little like something to help it boost up. So I'm gonna add a touch, not a lot, just literally a touch, just until you hear the little sizzle sound on your pan, so you know it's not gonna overcook. Now while that is going, I'm going to literally flatten it out smooth like this, right? And I'm gonna start seasoning it. So I'm gonna add a pinch of salt. I don't measure, I eyeball because I know how much I like. We are going to be using a pink Himalayan sea salt. This is probably one of the top tier salts that you would ever want to use. Because it is meat, I'm going to use a little bit of adobo. I know it's probably not the best seasoning, but it's okay. A little adobo. We're going to add this no salt seasoning only because I don't have my garlic powder. I'm out of garlic powder. Actually, I should have bought it when I was at Walmart. But we're just going to add it in here so we have some garlic powder. Alright, we're going to add in our Italian seasoning. Can never forget, can never go wrong. Anything I make, I always use these 3 ingredients. I always use my Himalaya onion powder, a garlic powder when I have it, and my Italian seasoning. Alright. We're now going to add in our onion powder after we mentioned it. So again, the water just helps, like, you know, while you're waiting, adding your seasoning, it doesn't stick. Alright. We're going to add in a touch of oregano. And just because I'm making a chopped cheese, I like to add in a touch of curry. You can add, you know, turmeric or any other seasoning you like, lemon pepper. I'm just not a fan of like adding pepper to my stuff, so I typically don't add the lemon pepper. I'm gonna mix this up and show you guys. So we're mixing it up. Okay. And I'm gonna give you guys an up close. I'm gonna take a little short video on my phone so you guys can see what this looks like. It's almost done. You want to make sure though, because it is plant-based, you don't want it to have any of like the red stuff or the pink stuff. You want it to be completely brown when you're done. I'm going to give you guys an up-close video of it. I'm going to switch to my phone so I can show you guys. I put my meat in, and now you know like the ground beef, you have to like break it up. So I'm currently breaking it up. Sorry, I'm using my left hand. I'm not really left-handed though. But I'm currently breaking up my meat. You see it started to brown, which looks really, really nice. We're going to stick this in here and stir it consistently until it's fully brown. Where we're at, you see, sorry, I'm recording with my phone. So you see that we're getting a nice brown texture. You see still a little pink in some areas like here. So we're gonna keep like mixing it. You see how the water does it nicely, like a little touch of water basically just helps it to, you know, not stick while you're adding in your seasoning, because when you first put in the meat, it does start sticking. Off of my bag, I did end up using half. So I ended up using everything around here. Basically probably just about maybe half or a little over a quarter of a bag. But this is what my meat looks like currently. I'm going to now I'm going to switch back to my iPad and add some honey barbecue sauce and let it continue to cook. And then add more barbecue sauce once we're done. My bread is here already prepped in mayo. And I'm going to open that and show you guys how I'm going to assemble it. Some barbecue sauce. I'm just going to eyeball it because I don't want to overdo it. So I would honestly say that it'll probably end up being maybe a little bit less than a quarter cup. Because I have only for 2 people here, or 2 sandwiches. I'm just going to put some in, and I'm going to show you guys how much I have in it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to open this. Probably should open this before the video started, because I do have food on the stove. Alright. So I'm going to open up my barbecue sauce. I'm going, oh, I gotta open up the other part. I be forgetting that, like, they be having it nicely labeled and stuff like that. So of course I'm going to be struggling opening the top part of this barbecue sauce on camera, like. All right, so let's put back on our lid and let's add some barbecue sauce in here. Okay. Sauce I added, I'm gonna start stirring that in because again, I'm just making it for myself, so I don't want it to, you know, stick or anything. I do like barbecue sauce. You don't have to use it. It is optional. But if you want to use barbecue sauce, so, you know, you have like that nice brown consistency of like regular meat, you can see that. Like, you see how nice and brown it is in here. Like, it gives it a little bit of a darker taste, but then it does give it that nice barbecue taste. Start assembling. I'm turning off my stove now. So before we start assembling this chopped cheese, now you can add any topping you like, you know, salad, like lettuce and tomatoes. I personally don't like tomatoes, so that's why it's not here. You can add any topping you like. You want to add raw onions, all that good stuff. I'm just gonna leave it as is and just eat it like this because it's just like quick little dinner that I'm making because I don't really eat much at night. Plus, it's literally like what? Let me show you the time today. It is 9. Sorry, this is picture for my birthday. It's not focusing. Focus on the time, man. Okay, there we go. It is 9:14. So again, it is late, so I'm not gonna eat this. I'm probably gonna have this. I'm going to also have with it, after I'm done, some of my non-dairy strawberry cheesecake ice cream. Now, Ben & Jerry's has a really good non-dairy thing, so for all you guys that eat ice cream and really, really like ice cream, try non-dairy. Non-dairy is the way to go, okay? Especially Ben & Jerry's non-dairy. This is probably the top tier non-dairy ice cream. So I'm gonna start assembling my sandwich, and I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like after I assemble it because I don't have no one else here with me to help me record. So I can't show you guys how I'm doing it while I'm making the sandwich. This recipe is also good because I also make like vegan like chopped cheeses as well. Vegan like meatless like sliders using the same exact meat. So what ends up happening is that I get the Hawaiian rolls, I toast it, I cook it in the oven as you're supposed to. Slice it open in half, put the meat on it once it's done, and then pop it right back into the oven. Add the cheese on top, let it melt for like a couple, like 2 minutes or so, and then bam, that's your vegan slider. So this is the same meat base that I would normally use when I'm making vegan sliders. Now I think I'm a little professional chef. I'm tired. I think I'm a little professional chef because you name it, I can make it even if I don't eat it. But if you guys want any more future cooking vlogs or any other vlogs, you know, just type it down under this video in the comment section. And I'm starting to try to bring back videos on this channel for those of you who were faithfully watching this. Yeah, I will see you guys at the end of this video and then in the next. Here is the assembly of my meats. So I have 3 breads here, I have 1 here because I opened the sandwich. I'm going to add the meat on the bread. Because again, I do like a full sandwich. So I have about this much meat on my bread. Right? I'm gonna get some cheese right now. Because obviously it's a chopped cheese. I'm not gonna add a lot of cheese because I know it is a chopped cheese, but I forgot I'm supposed to make an egg with it. I think that might be a bit much, so I'm not sure if I'm actually gonna do that. I might do it for 1. But that is my vegan chopped cheese. You see, a very full, quick fix sandwich. This is 1 sandwich. I'm gonna get another plate because I'm a little extra. Sorry, I do want to try the egg as well. So on this bigger plate, I'm going to scoop out the rest of the meat that's here and put it onto my sandwich. There we go. sandwich sit there. I'm gonna add my cheese. Well, wrap it up. I'm not gonna put a lot, just a little small handful, just so that it can melt on there. All right, so there we go. This is the first one. I'm just gonna close the sandwich until the egg is ready, so that it can just like melt on the sandwich a little bit before I add the egg. I'm wanting to do one with egg actually because I don't think I really want two with eggs. Alright, so we're gonna put this back in the fridge. This can go in the freezer. I'm gonna have to Ziploc bag this. So we're gonna put it in open side first, of course. That way the freezer stuff does not go on it. I'll put that to the other side where it's actually open. Seal the bag. We'll close this cabinet too. Seal the bag. So after, like, for example, I don't know like why, but some people, like, when they make food or whatever, they tend to season one part and then season the other part. However, I don't like doing that because I feel like it might overpower the sandwich with seasoning. So, like, for example, like if I'm making pasta and I'm seasoning it heavy and I'm making an egg, I just won't season the egg because I'm like, the pasta is already seasoned. So why am I going to season the egg? It doesn't make sense. Because at the end of the day, I'm putting it together and it's going to be seasoned. So for this, I'm just going to make the quick, either, I don't really know if I was craving a fried egg or a scrambled egg. I might just do scrambled. What I'm going to do, because again, if I wanted to season, I'm going to reuse the same pan. That way it includes all the excess meat and then it has the seasoning already in it. So I'm going to start doing that now. I'm gonna put this in the back. That way you guys can see me doing this. Add a touch of oil. I usually use like cooking spray, but like it started getting like jammed or whatever and it wouldn't start spraying out. I don't know if anyone else has that problem with their cooking sprays, but sometimes like I can have it the whole time until the bottle's empty. Other times it would just literally start like freaking acting up. So let's crack our 2 eggs. I'll probably give 1 egg to my dog, maybe, but I don't know. But I'm gonna crack my eggs and not them in my pan. Again, I just like cleaning up while I'm going because I don't like working with a dirty stove. So like I'll start like, you know, sweeping or like in the meantime moving my pan, getting around the stove so my stove's not dirty. That way by the time I'm done cooking, I can just sit back, relax, and have like a less cleanup. So I don't really like having to clean up after I cook. I'd rather do it while I'm cooking or after I'm cooking. So I'm gonna be cleaning up while we're going along. Eggs here. I don't really know what type of vibe I'm feeling to do, so I probably would just scramble it, to be honest with you. But I don't really know the vibe. But again, I reuse the same pan because at the end of the day, it's going to the same sandwich. So I didn't see the issue. So my eggs are done. I just scrambled them real quick. I'm going to open up the sandwich on the blue plate because there's just more space. Alright, so as you can see, the cheese has melted very nicely. I'm going to top it off with some eggs. Just top it off with a little bit of egg. Not a lot. So again, I just told you I like you know, bowling food. So I have my chopped cheese, my eggs. I'm gonna top it. Now I am the type of person, I don't know if there's a little kid in me. I do like cutting my sandwiches in like diagonals and cutting it in 4, or cutting it in squares. Oh, I'm missing avocado, but they weren't ripe enough at the store, so I didn't get any avocado. The extra eggs though, I'm gonna put it around the plate. Yeah, I know some people are like also like are afraid of like touching their frying pan and washing right away. But honestly, what I come to realize is that once you put it in the sink, all you have to do is like run it under like cold water, and then you can just wash it right then and there. You don't have to wait for it to like soak or cool down. Just put that bad boy under some hot water, under some cold water. You're good. Like you're good. You're chilling. I'm gonna use my gold butter knife just to cut this one in, the one with the egg diagonally and the one without in 4s. So again, I told you guys I like eating my stuff in 4s. I don't know if there's a little kid in me, but we're gonna cut this in 4. So I like cutting it in literally, instead of rectangles, I cut it literally in squares. So here is the first one. I'll cut nicely in 4. Here you go. And the second one will just be cut in a diagonal. So here we go. It is a big sandwich, so it's just in a diagonal. I'm going to give it a test try. I am excited because I really do love cooking, guys. So let's give it a test run, starting off with the one in 4. Just the chopped cheese, meat and cheese. This butter. I forgot this is a video. I'm about to eat the whole square. I'm gonna try the one with the egg. Now I never did it with egg before, but I'm just gonna try it. So this is what it looks like. Great, very nice. Oh. This is good too. All right. Well, for those of you who tried it, those of you who made it, thanks for watching the video. Y'all real ones. So until next time, this is Simply Natural. I can't even talk. It's so good. It's busting so much. I can't even speak. So this is, again, another video from Dassah, owner of Simply Natural Creations YouTube channel. So we'll see you guys again with another video. And let us know what you want us to cook next. And some of these videos, cooking vlogs, I will be teaching my sister how to cook. So stay tuned. This is going to be very, very fun. So have a great night. And I'll see you guys at the next video. Bye.